What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Thank you so much for joining me here for this Midday Monologue Monday. We do one of these every week. In fact, we do a video every day of the week. We do 8 total in the week. And usually 2 of them on the weekends are a live playthrough. So please show us a little bit of love, a little bit of a support. We're a non-monetized for fun channel, so the algorithm here hates us. So show us a little bit of love if you can. Now for today I want to talk about a game that's been a part of my life since the 80s. That's a huge chunk of my life. Wow, last century. A century ago! This has been a part of my life. And the newest version of it is continuing to give me lots of fun. Now, I know there's a few expansions. The game has already grown and is still going to grow. So what I'd like to do for Dark Tower, or in this case, Return to Dark Tower, is if anyone's looking to get into this, I'm gonna give you a buyer's guide for everything that is out, is about to come out, and that I know of. So come on, why don't you join me down the table, and I'll tell you everything I know about getting into and buying things for Return to Dark Tower. Now, I say this often enough in most of my videos about Return to Dark Tower. I'm going to start off the same way anyway. If you are a fan of the original game, this is not it. This is not a recreation of the original game. This is not even a re-envisioning, actually. This is a sequel. It's different. It's more advanced, obviously, because we're more advanced nowadays than we were in the 80s when it was made. But yeah, it's not the same game. If you really want that experience, you're going to have to look for a collector who sells and or repairs the Dark Towers, and you're going to get it there. I know that there's a Droid Tower for Droid phone users. That is an exact app. Great version. I've played it here several times already. But yeah, this new game is not the old game. But that being said, I have had so much fun with this new Return to Dark Tower game. It has proved worth it in every sense of the way. Me going in, buying big, getting the entire structure that was available, so to speak, when it first started, and now that the second wave, second edition printing of it is finished with the new expansion, which I actually was expecting to be here already, but it's not, but it should be here soon. Yeah, this system is great. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. So if you're thinking about getting this game, if you're interested in Return to Dark Tower, you may be wondering, what do you need? Do you need everything? If you don't need everything, why is everything else available? What could I use that's not needed? You know, questions like that. So why don't we begin talking about it from the very beginning, and that's the core box. Now, obviously, of course, the core box is going to be what you want to get. Even if you get nothing else, and trust me, they want you to get everything else, let's be honest. But even if you choose not to, the core box is going to be enough for you to game replayably over and over again. I want to say forever, but we all know that's not true. But it is so damn close. I mean, compared to the amount of times you're actually going to play this game and the amount of different variables that you can set up in the game, much less all the different twists and turns that can happen during the course of the game, it's always going to be different and exciting with new strategies that you're going to have to come up with sometimes on the fly. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. If you're really worried about money, and today's society, this day and age, that's called being responsible, watching your wallet. So yeah, this could be all you get, and you're going to have a lot of fun with it. The app is constantly being updated. They've made promises that if for some reason they go out of business, the game ends or something, they're going to make this public so that it's always accessible and there's always going to be a Dark Tower to play with or without the company. But I don't think Restoration Games plans on going bankrupt or out of business anytime soon. But it's nice to know. It's nice to know that that's going to be there. So with the core game, you get the tower. Of course, you don't get batteries. I do use rechargeable batteries myself. But whatever you like. Maybe you don't like rechargeable batteries. That's fine. Maybe you have a specific brand that you like. Cool. Awesome. Go with that. But it does not come with batteries. Batteries not included, as the old saying goes. And movie title also. It's going to have all the bits and pieces. It's going to have the tokens and the chits in it. And they're all going to be cardboard. And that's fine. You may find the pieces a little limited. Now, I say this because I went into this and I got what's called the coffers addition to it, which doubles the amount of tokens that you have and makes them plastic. And I have gone through the plastic tokens on several times and have been thankful that I've had the backup cardboard ones that it originally comes with. So, that's going to be up to you. Are you, going to want all, the extra tokens? As far as I know, you can only get them a little bit more expensive, the plastic versions. But they are really nice. Wow, they are. They look good. They feel good. They even sound good. They sound good when they're hitting the table. It's funny to say, but you might not always think about that. But yeah, it sounds. They sound almost metallic. Not, but almost. It gives you that hint, especially when your head is totally into the game. So the base game is going to have everything you want. Now, maybe like me, there are certain things in your life that if you're a big fan of, you want to be a completionist about. Or maybe you just have a lot of fun with the game and you want to add on to it. Whatever the reason, yes, there are expansions. There are expansions that came out with the game originally. There's a new expansion that came out, like I said, I'm surprised I don't have it yet. But it's and then they have more down the pipe that they're going to be coming out with. So the game is continually growing. Now, the expansions that it came out with, one of them is called Alliances. And this is going to give you 2 extra heroes, 2 new heroes in their hero boards, their minis. All of that's going to be brand new. It's going to look great. Oh, the minis. The minis in the core game are amazing. They did a bang-up job on these minis. I think you're really going to love them. Even if you're like me, you're not a painter, the wash that they put on them is really nice for those of us that don't paint. But if you do paint, I don't know, can you hashtag 2GunPixie in some of the pictures that you post? Because I'd really love to see them. It's a great little system. It also comes with new skulls. See, now the new game incorporates this system of the tower spitting out skulls. And they corrupt the land and destroy buildings on you. It's a form of management. You have to manage this negative resource. Because if the skulls run out, that's it. Game over. Your ass lost. Or asses if you're not playing it solo. It can play solo. It can play cooperative. It can play competitive. So it covers like all the bases of everything you can play. And that goes through with all the expansions. So the Alliance, you get new heroes. You get a new type of skull. You get a new type of skull with this. Along with new cards. And the cards that the game has is basically the monster cards, the boss cards, item cards, artifact cards. And all of these actually help your character grow. It's almost like, it isn't a leveling system, but it's like a gear-based advancement system. The more gear you have, and you only have a limited amount, so you're always passing off what you have, getting rid of what you have is something else. So you are growing. As characters, you are literally growing, much like the world around you is growing in evil. Now, speaking of that evil, the game comes with all of the monsters in cardboard token forms. And, it looks good. The information is printed right there on the little cardboard token. The pictures, although dark, which is thematically setting, a little hard to see in some cases, it does look well. It looks good. You can see the implication of the horror and the darkness inside these tokens. Now, however, the second expansion they came out with, these two came out with the original publishing of the new version. with the Return version to Dark Tower, and that's called the Horde. And this other expansion is literally that. It is the horde of monsters and bosses that you are going to be facing in plastic miniature form and size appropriate. The Titan is almost as big as this, while the normal figures are 28 millimeter. So it gives a really great visual on the board. And again, they're not painted. They have a dark wash on all of them. If you are a painter, go to town. And please, again, hashtag Two Gun Pixie, because I would love to see the amazing job that you miniature painters do with these pieces. Wow. I really do envy all of you. You're amazing. The skill that you've garnered over the years, that you've spent time into improving is amazing. So I'd really like to see those pictures. But that's what the two expansions are that the game comes with. And you can have these two expansions and you can be happy with it. Or you can look into the new expansion. The newest one at the time of the filming. I think at the time of dropping this, they may already have announced another expansion. So please keep your eye on Restoration Games if you are a big fan of Dark Tower / Return to Dark Tower. They may already be announcing it, have announced it, or are about to. But the other game, Covenant, again, it adds new heroes, a new type of skull to the game, and it also adds new board pieces. These monuments and ruins that will start populating throughout the Four Kingdoms. And they all have implications on the game, on the land, the bosses, how the game is going to turn out. It's going to affect your strategy of the game. The plots and plans that you put forward in the game now as you play it are going to be different with this new Covenant expansion. So this is what's out right now. This is what you have a chance to get into with this game. I think that if you are a fan, I think if you are interested in this, then the core game is definitely the way for you to go. And from there, make your own judgments. Is there something else you want to or feel that you need to add to the game? Then we have the expansions. Alliances has guilds, has a new guild system in the damn game. The Covenant, like I said, has new board pieces that are going to be affecting the outcome and the current play of the game itself. So how you want to improve, which may be a misleading word, how you wish to change the game, which would change your style of playing, your tactics, your strategies, that's all up to you. I'm just here telling you what is available by them and what it is that you can look up. I've had fun with everything so far. Some of it is a little harder to film on camera with the setup because it can be a beast on the table. So if you're into filming games, just be aware of that. It's a Bigfoot of a print on your table, a cryptid size print. But yeah, the game is worth it, in my humble and personal opinion, based on the amount of fun that I've had ever since I unboxed the game to the moment of doing this video right now. I really can't say enough about this. This is the kind of game that you're going to have to make a lot of decisions on, but base them all on the core game. The core game, if nothing else, is going to be worth it, I think, to the fans of the game. But remember, like I said in the beginning of this video, it's not Dark Tower. It's not. Get Droid Tower for that, or spend the money for a collector to get the original game. Otherwise, improved, maybe. Different, yes. Enjoyable, highly. Return to Dark Tower.